Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to graduation on the Oregon campus. We're so excited for everyone to be here today. We are live streaming from our Oregon campus visitor center. So for all of the folks watching online, welcome, and we're excited to have you guys as well. We have a really fun celebration today because we are not only celebrating our guide dog clients, but also a canine buddy client. So we're excited to introduce all of the new teams today. And we also have the privilege of announcing some clients who trained, instead of coming to campus for training, they trained at home, so an instructor took a dog to them, and we get to celebrate their photos and information from their raisers today as well. I'd also like to thank the folks here who are here today to learn more about the puppy raising program. There's the Portland Puppy Club leaders are here, and we'll be hosting an informational session right after the graduation. So they'll meet you at the back of the auditorium once we are finished. So thank you guys so much for coming today. So first I get to do some talking and say thank you to all the people who helped make today happen. So first to all of our raisers, the raisers who are here with dogs graduating, the raisers who are here with puppies, and just the raisers who have puppies all throughout the states. We couldn't do this without you. You guys put so much time and effort and love into these dogs, and we couldn't make guide dogs if you guys didn't do all of that wonderful foundation work for us, so thank you so much. I'd also like to thank our donors. We are a nonprofit organization, and we don't receive any government funding, so we're very thankful for everyone's support, and we have a team that is sponsored today by Jamie Winkler, so thank you to them as well. And last but not least, a big thank you to all of our volunteers and employees. We've got so many volunteers, people who foster care dogs for us, people who volunteer on campus and make dog food and walk dogs, who help organize papers and office work, and also to all of our staff. So the RAs who help run class, the kennel techs who take care of the dogs. Just thank you to everyone for the part you play in our mission. And next, we're going to share a short video about our mission. It has audio description and narration, so you'll hear two voices talking throughout the video.
Logos, Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International.
Hello, I'm Noah Wiley.
A mama nurses a litter.
There's a special magic about guide dogs for the blind.
Puppy bellies and wiggling tails.
Some might say it's the dogs.
Puppies squirm in a pile.
These courageous guides who change people's lives.
Two black puppies at a gate. Outside, a woman hugs her guide dog.
There's magic in the people, too.
A man walks with his dog. An older puppy licks a woman's cheek.
Like the volunteer puppy raisers.
Volunteers with puppies.
Who socialize and care for puppies in their homes.
Out walking in their neighborhood.
Encouraging them to explore new surroundings.
Riding the train.
And giving them love and guidance.
In the park.
To help prepare them to be a guide dog.
And in a group at the airport.
And, when it's time, part ways so that the puppy they have raised can go on to change someone's life.
A team on a city sidewalk.
When dogs return to our campuses, our world-class instructors work their magic to maximize each dog's potential to become highly skilled, smart, and loving companions.
Instructors with dogs.
Teaching each dog how to safely guide someone who is blind or visually impaired through the world. When they're at home.
Relaxing by a fireplace.
Hiking.
On a forest trail.
Visiting friends.
At a picnic table.
Catching a plane.
Navigating baggage claim.
Heading downtown.
In a city crosswalk.
Across town.
Along a riverfront.
Taking public transportation.
At a train station.
Or heading to work.
Riding an escalator.
They will even disobey a command if it means keeping their handlers safe.
People with guides in their neighborhoods.
Those who are on the other end of the harness might say the magic is there, moving freely through the world with ease, confidence, and independence. Along the way, helping them develop new relationships, connect with new people, building stronger, more compassionate communities.
A group of people with their guide dogs in Chinatown.
We know there is magic in these partnerships.
A woman hugs her dog.
The bonds that are formed.
Another kisses her dog's head.
The places they go.
A group of people and guide dogs at the Golden Gate Bridge.
The dreams that come true.
A woman leads small boys on a walk with her dog.
It's in the care.
Playing in a yard.
The friendship.
A woman pets a dog.
The lifetime of love.
Lying in her lap.
It's the ability to live a fuller life without limits.
A woman scales an indoor climbing wall.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, you are part of an amazing community that works together to make these partnerships possible at no cost to our clients.
Vets give checkups.
A community that helps us care for the health of our dogs over their lifetime. A community that provides the necessary training to help prepare potential clients for the guide dog lifestyle.
Instructors with clients.
A community that gives children in our youth programs the opportunity to experience the magic of a guide dog, to see if having a dog may be right for them.
Children interact and play with dogs.
A community that makes dreams of inclusion, enhanced confidence,
Clients walk with dogs.
mobility, independence, and companionship come true.
A man with his dog on the beach.
That's the magic of Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Sharon orange sunset.
And it's all because of you.
He hugs his dog. Blackout. Logos. Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International. The light fades to black.
So first we're going to be recognizing our newest Canine Buddy team. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm introducing the instructors. I'd like to introduce our wonderful instructors for this class. Apprentice instructor Savannah Prachow is not here today, but she did a phenomenal job in this class. We have Master Guide Dog instructor April Macy, apprentice instructor Jenny Powell, and qualified instructor Megan Forch. Thank you guys so much for a great class. And now I'll introduce the first Canine Buddy team. So Guide Dogs Canine Buddy program matches specifically selected dogs to be buddies for people who are blind or visually impaired. These are folks starting with children as young as 5, all the way up into adults of all ages. Canine Buddies are not service dogs, but they're wonderful companions who bring joy and connection to the GDB community. So we're very excited to have this new core program. And for the teams to have the same level of access to the follow-up services as our guide dog clients. I'm going to turn it over to Megan.
Thank you. Again, I have the opportunity to present just one Canine Buddy partnership today, and that is Tommy Dixon of Ogden, Utah, and he received Sunlight, a female yellow Labrador Retriever, and Sunlight was raised by Diana Gardner of Eugene, Oregon, Meredith Branch of Springfield, Oregon, and Amelia and Natalie Reeves of Eugene, Oregon. On the slide, we have a picture of Sunlight, a yellow lab, and Tommy sitting on the ground looking at the camera. There is a patio and grass in the background. So big round of applause for those two.
And next we are going to introduce our in-home clients who have completed training in the last few weeks. So our guide dog program is a 2-week program where clients are matched with a dog that is compatible to their lifestyle who enhances their mobility. So we provide both on-campus training models, and you'll meet those folks later, and in-home training. First up is, can I trade you papers? First up is Mr. Doug Westering from Avondale, Arizona, who received Danish, a male yellow Labrador Retriever, who was raised by Riley Johnson of College Station, Texas, and Shelley Johnson of New Braunfels, Texas. And on the slide, we have photos of Doug and Danish, a yellow lab who's wearing a harness, and they are posed in front of a wood-paneled wall with the Guide Dogs logo. And on the next slide, we have some photos of Danish as a puppy. So the first is a yellow lab puppy Danish sitting on a tree stump. A gray and white cat is leaning in next to Danish with her eyes closed, and Danish is licking the top of her head. And it's very cute. And the second photo is Doug and Shelley sitting together on a bench with Danish in his harness, and they're both smiling at the camera. And I have a letter to read from the raiser, Shelley. Howdy from Texas. I am so happy to celebrate all of the new teams today, and I'm especially excited for Doug and Danish. Although my family had been involved with Guide Dogs for the Blind for a few years, Danish was my very first puppy to raise on my own. He grew up on a farm where no one potties alone, because all of God's creatures were his friends. Danish has such a gentle nature that even the smallest baby chicks felt safe enough to cuddle up next to him. He shared his paw pad with the cats and practiced loose leash walking alongside the donkeys. Everyone got to experience a Danish lick from time to time. We had the best adventures together during his training. Danish learned quickly and was eager to please. He had a quiet confidence that afforded us opportunities to navigate lots of new places and experiences. No matter the task, he always made me look good doing it. Danish never met a stranger. People loved his good manners, his high-step prance, movie star good looks, and of course, his most famous feature, his ears. I thought he would grow into them, but they kept growing with him. He was loved by all. I am grateful to many, my Texas puppy raising community and dear friends for encouraging me to give my all every day, my husband for being my biggest fan and never saying no, and to the amazing GDB trainers and staff for all of the work with Danish on his journey to being a guide. And to my daughters who are GDB puppy raisers too, I have learned so much from you and am inspired every day by your hearts, your hard work, and your selflessness. Flash forward to today, celebrating Doug and Danish. I had the amazing opportunity to visit Doug in Arizona and to see him and Danish work together. They have such an amazing bond already, and I know that Danish, with his big heart, will give it his all every day as they take on the world together. Congratulations to Doug and Danish, and congratulations to all of the amazing teams graduating today.
Our next person to introduce is Miss Sharon Larson of Shawmut, Montana, and she received an in-home training with Gally, a female yellow Labrador Golden Retriever cross. And she was raised by Julie, Matt, Amelia, and Eleanor of Stamper of Vancouver, Washington. So on the slide is a picture of Sharon seated in a wicker chair with Gally, a yellow lab, who is sitting in harness. Sharon is wearing a red plaid shirt and blue jeans and has her left hand on Gally's back. And then on the next slide, there is a picture of yellow lab Gally, and she's sitting on the deck of a boat wearing the green GDB puppy jacket, looking attentively at the camera. And the second picture is Gally, and she's looking at the camera wearing a fabric lion costume with big ears and a full mane. And I have a letter also from the Stamper family. Gally was our first grand pup and was a joy to work with from the start. She never missed an opportunity to play, show off her speed by sprinting across the backyard or prancing around the house after winning a game of tug. Gally Girl became a seasoned traveler, joining us on adventures by car, bus, train, and boat. When not working, Gally settled into a quiet life at home during evening reading time and impressing us with her flexible yoga poses. At 8 p.m. every night, Gally would put herself into bed and then return shortly to remind us all that it was time to turn in. We are so happy for Sharon and Gally and wish them the best in their happy partnership together.
Our next graduate is Mrs. Cecilia Penn of Fort Dodge, Iowa, and she graduated with Debbie, a female yellow Labrador Retriever raised by Aaron Rabel of San Antonio, Texas. And our photo is of Cecilia and Debbie, a yellow lab wearing her harness, who are sitting in a living room, and they're both looking at the camera with Cecilia smiling. Congratulations to Cecilia and Debbie.
And our last in-home training client was Mr. George Thompson of Portland, Oregon, and he also received an in-home training with Photon, a yellow male Labrador Retriever. Photon was raised by Robin, I don't want to pronounce it wrong, Schink of Deer Trail, Colorado. The first photo is a photo of George and Photon wearing a yellow lab in harness, who is sitting and looking at the camera. George is smiling, and there is a wall of bookshelves in the background. The next slide is Robin's black pug Tucker and Photon, a yellow lab puppy, laying on a blue carpet on Photon's first day home. Tucker is looking at the camera while Photon chews on a bone. The next picture is of Tucker and Photon as an older puppy. Photon sleeps on his side while black pug Tucker is curled up next to him. And the third photo, Photon is sleeping on the grass during a college graduation. He is wearing his best green puppy jacket. And this is a letter from Photon's raiser. I cannot say enough positive things about Photon. He loves people, he loves to work, and he loves every critter he meets. My favorite story about Photon is his insistence that he must be touching me. As a tiny puppy, and all throughout his time with me, Photon would pour himself into even the tiniest spaces just to lay his head on my foot or to cuddle with his house buddies. He is a snuggler and a lover. Another favorite memory of Photon is his dedication to his job. Photon was happily greeted on college campuses and in countless high schools, and while sometimes it was challenging to reset, asking for pets from all of those who were excited, he always settled right down and napped until needed. So congratulations to that team as well.
And next, we will be moving on to our in-person class, Organ 484. So I'm going to introduce April, who will be introducing our on-campus clients to us.
Hello, everybody. I would also like to extend to you a very warm welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is the accumulation of a lot of hard work from a lot of people, as I think you guys have already gotten the idea if you're new to guide dogs. Of course, those who have been with us for a long time know all the care and dedication that it takes. So thank you to the puppy raisers. Thank you for our staff, our CWTTs that work so diligently in the kennels, our facilities staff, the dorm staff. I'm sure the clients will echo my regards to them. They feed us very well while we're doing the class program, and the buildings are very well maintained because of our facility staff. So we want to thank those individuals too. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, so our first client class today is going to be David Collins. He is from Seaside, California. He is a very adventurous person. He never knows what each day will bring, as he loves to meet people everywhere he goes. He will often be found at the gym, the beach, or on a boat. David actually created a kayaking club for disabled veterans in his area with their friends. And while his dog might not be able to go water skiing with him, as he often does, but they will be able to enjoy the frequent whale watching tours together. So David received Esker, who is a male black Labrador retriever raised by Joseph McHale of Sacramento, California. Now, Joseph was not able to be here today, but he did send a letter, so I'm going to read that first, and then I'll pass the mic to you, David. So here is a letter from Joe. Esker. When I heard that name, the first thing that flashed through my mind was, I don't know anybody named Esker. But I soon got used to the name and the cute little fur ball that came with it. He is fun, loving, and energetic. He loves to have his neck scratched behind his ears and his belly rubbed after a meal. He was always by my side. And that's the best part about these puppies. They get to go everywhere with you. People at the supermarket would stop to greet him before they would say hi to me. He was always a hit wherever he went. He was always proud to wear his GDB vest. David, Esker will guide you wherever you want to go, and he will always be by your side, your friend, and your buddy. Congratulations to both of you. And behind me, you can see a photo of Esker when he was a baby. This is Esker sitting on the rear metal edge of a fire truck. He is wearing his green guide dog puppy jacket and is looking intently at the camera. So now I'm going to pass the microphone over to you, David.
Okay, today is a very special day for us, and all of us actually. Guide Dogs for the Blind change our lives and really improve the quality of our life. Living with a guide dog and working with a guide dog has really improved my life a lot. My dog has helped me make decisions that I wouldn't have made before. Go back to college, get a job, and my little coach got me to the Olympics. First one to greet me at the end of a marathon. Life is different with the dog. Sometimes there's perks. I often get bumped up to first class. Yeah. I went to Hollywood to go see a game show. Next thing I know, the dogs lead me up on stage. They're stuffing money in my pocket, and I'm spinning the big wheel. Yeah. Even going to Vegas, go to see a show, looking for my seat in the back. You got to invite to sit by the stage. Will you take it? Like, sure. I was sitting next to a singer from Guns N' Roses. It was quite exciting. You never know where the dog's going to take you, especially me. I'll be heading off the gym. Next thing I know, I might be on a boat ride somewhere. Just from meeting people, people offer good advice, support, and opportunities. A lot of times I wouldn't get that opportunity unless I had the dog. I'm not a good public speaker, but maybe I need to learn to be, because I don't know how to show gratitude to all this hard work that comes into having this lifestyle. I'm freezing up now. Give me a cup of coffee and let's share a story later.
Thanks, David. Good job.
Our next client is Gabriella, who is from Euclid, Ohio, and is a musician and a board-certified music therapist. She likes to take her dogs on trail walks and hikes in the park. She also enjoys rock climbing and sharing her life with a guide dog on social media. Her dog will get to meet Gabriella's retired guide, Frisia, and her 2 cats. She is looking forward to a Bahama cruise in January, so that will be an amazing adventure. Gabriella received Debut, who is a female yellow Labrador Retriever raised by Lisa and Steve Borene of Corvallis, Oregon. Let's give them a round of applause.
Debut is such a big name. She really knows how to make a name for herself. She's already bored. She's ready for the next thing. It's amazing to have a guide dog. I have no words for it. This is my second guide dog, and each one has changed my life. Sorry, I love them. They're the best. They just take you to new levels. It's like you're walking so slow through life, and everybody else has like race cars, and they're all like speeding past you, and then all of a sudden you have an airplane, and you're there way before everyone else. And I love it. And Debut is really an amazing dog. I was so worried about getting my second dog and going through this transition of having a new dog. And she has made it so easy. She's made it amazing. Last night I was feeling so emotional, like, how am I going to do this transition? And she just came up to me and started licking my face, and then she laid in my lap. And I was like, it's going to be great. And she's great. I have nothing else to say, but she's a fast dog. She runs me through life, and will probably run my life. But I love her, and I am so grateful to Guide Dogs for the Blind for giving me my second amazing, perfect guide dog match.
So this is our third guide dog that we've been a part of. the second one that we've done start to finish. We raised her mom, Tara, and Debut is a lot like her mom in many ways, but at a whole nother level, which is fantastic, and we're so excited for Gabriella because of Debut's energy and enthusiasm and just her persistence for everything she does. She will persist and insist that you play with her. She'll insist on loving you, and she's just great, and I am so happy that she's found someone to match her enthusiasm. And Gabriella, you are going to fly with her, and we couldn't be more happy for you. A fun story, last fall, we were in a corn maze, and our leader is here somewhere and can probably remember, because Debut was on a mission, and we were lost. And her speed was something that it was almost too much for me, and I was concerned that she wouldn't slow down. So I did hand her off to our leader, and we did emerge from the corn maze. Somehow Debut made that happen, and she was persistent, and she just knew that we could get out of there at that speed. So I can't wait to see where you go, and I can't wait to hear stories. So congratulations.
Our next student today is Marcel. He is a law student, and his fellow classmates are very excited to meet this new dog. Marcel lives in the beautiful city of Vancouver, British Columbia, and enjoys hiking, paragliding, and all kinds of adventures. He travels a lot and visited 6 or 7 countries with his last guide. Marcel received Volley, a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Dennis Lewis of Boulder, Colorado, and John Combers of Windsor, Colorado, both from Colorado. Let's give Dennis a round of applause. Now, John was not available to come out this weekend, but he did send a letter, so I'm going to read that letter first, and then I'll pass the mic on to these 2 individuals. So first, there's a couple photos, as you can see on the screen. And the first photo is a yellow lab puppy Volley sitting in her backyard wearing her green guide dog puppy jacket. She is surrounded by grassy landscape plants, and she has a content look on her face. The second photo is of Volley laying down in a grassy park-like setting. She is wearing her guide dog green puppy jacket, and her tongue is hanging out. So here is the letter from John. Marcel, it was so nice talking to you the other night. I received Volley when she was a year old. I immediately realized that she was a very special girl. She is affectionate, smart, attentive, and loves to work. I think you also saw that by giving her the nickname Barbie, what an appropriate nickname. I know you had a long wait before getting another guide, and I believe it may have been worth the wait. You and Volley were made for each other. A very special person, Judy Bala, was a member of our puppy club. Judy passed away several months ago after a long battle with ovarian cancer. Even when taking chemo, Judy would always volunteer to puppy sit one of the club's puppies. We miss her. With a generous donation from her family and club members, we are honored to provide the harness for you and Volley. I wish you continued success with your law school studies. I'm quite sure that Volley will be able to sleep through all of your lectures. Safe travels. And that's from John. Let's give that a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for making it to class today. Thank you for GDV for providing me with Volley, and then became Barbie. Barbie is is a special name for her. She decided to come to my new world and to make all the change. I waited for 2 years to get Barbie. For the last 2 weeks we're together, I learned a lot from her. She, with every obstacle we passed, every path we took, I learned more patience. I learned to be more grateful, and I learned more appreciation for all the hard work that she went through as a puppy and during her training. I want really to thank everyone who was involved in raising Barbie, and including all the GDB staff, all the donors who made such big change in our lives, and to the puppy raisers who are also making all the difference. With Daisy, with Vali, I know I will be safe, I'll be confident, I'll be able to go wherever I wanted to, and I will be always happy to have her by my side. And with that, I wanted just to pass the mic to Dennis, and special thank you to him for sharing all the stories about Barbie, who is being a Barbie now. Come on, doggy. Thank you so much.
This is my first guide dog graduation, and no one said that I was going to get up and talk at a microphone. So, but one thing I want to share about Vali, we do a ritual every Saturday morning. We visit 2 or 3 grocery stores, and like many of you who have raised dogs, they don't know the humans, they know the dog. And so Vali had a fan club at all of the grocery stores. We went to the YMCA 2 or 3 times a week for a Pilates class, where she had a fan club. And people always ask about her. Nobody ever asks about me. So, but it was a great experience because we could teach the humans how to interact with a potential guide. Don't just walk up and start petting them, but you can train a human to be a good distraction. And so at the grocery stores, we would meet the same 2 or 3 people in the aisles going the opposite direction, and they would make a face at her or do something to encourage her to walk away from me, and Vali never did. She always stuck right to my left knee, right where she needed to be, and it was excellent training for her and for me. So I know, talking with Marcel the last hour or so, she and Marcel are going to be a great team in Vancouver. They're going to have one adventure after another, and I'm looking forward to hearing all about it moving forward. So thank you very much for allowing me to raise Vali.
Thank you.
And last but not least today, we have Shirley. She is from Hawthorne, California. She loves hiking and attends classes at the local blind services nonprofit just for fun. Her dog will get to meet Shirley's rescue kitties, Sylvie and Sinbad, and play with her 2 grandkids when they visit. Shirley also loves gardening, so her dog will get to supervise this activity from the patio while enjoying some California sun. This team is being sponsored by Jamie S. Winkler of Los Angeles, California, so thank you very much for this donation. Shirley received Bonifay, a female black Labrador Retriever raised by Anna Portinga of Portland, Oregon.
I am so pleased to once again be paired with a GDB guide dog. It's been a long time waiting, and I will be really pleased to get back home in my home area and travel with the confidence and the speed that I am accustomed to with a guide. I've been working with a white cane, which is effective, but for me, very slow. And Bonifay has an opinion there. I hugely look forward to that. I am so grateful, once again. Bonifay is my fourth guide, and it's because of the work of all of the staff, the donors, the board of directors, and especially Mr. Winkler, who has sponsored us as a team from California. I'm really grateful for all of the effort and the donations that go into making this possible. A special thank you to Anna, who has raised Bonifay. Her care and love is what made Bonifay the trusting and trustworthy partner that I now have the joy of working with. So, Anna, thank you so much, and I will pass this to you.
Shirley is not going to make it easy for us not to cry, and I'm trying not to get too close to Bonifay because I'm a major distraction. What to say about Bonifay? You have to hear the Bonifay with a southern accent. She was born in Florida. She got shipped out. I picked her up at SeaTac, and then we drove her home to Portland, and I will never forget that big, huge white crate coming out with those two little black faces inside. She traveled with her sister, Bel Air. And she has been a special dog from the beginning. She's the 7th dog that my family's raised. And we always love each one more than the last, and we don't know how we can keep loving each one more than the last. I'm not surprised that she's here. She's just amazing. She is a gentle soul. I always say her superpower is thoughtfulness and just consideration. She's like this just empathetic little creature that just knows what's needed. I had some ideas, but now they're all out of my mind. She's also an amazing aerial donut. She is the biggest tail-chasing dog we have ever raised, and she can grab her tail and do a donut in the air. It's really something to see. We never gave her a command for that. I don't think we'll get her to do it right now. Shirley is amazing, and I'm just so proud that Bonifay will be with her on long walks and long hikes, and she's going back to a warm climate, which she will definitely appreciate, because, boy, getting that little Florida girl out in our cold, wet spring was really something. But we're very proud of her and love her and love what she is for Shirley. And just congratulations on this wonderful partnership.
Well, now I would like to formally congratulate the Oregon class of 483. Congratulations for your graduation today. All right, now you get a treat. I'm going to pass the microphone back to Mallory, and she is going to walk you through a guide dog demonstration. So here you go.
Thank you. So Jenny is going to be working a black lab on campus or on the stage today for our demo. So when folks come to train with a guide dog here, they get to do all different sorts of things. So not only do we do dog obedience, guide work, we work inside walkless areas, we do an airport simulation for how to go through TSA with your dogs, and one of the workshops that we do is clicker training. So today, Jenny is showing us how the clicker is used to enhance their work. The clicker is a really precise marker that tells the dog that was exactly the right thing to do. And the clicker makes communication really consistent and timely, and it's always paired with a kibble, which makes the dog really excited to play the clicker game. So when the dog, as Jenny's teaching the dog something, or he's practicing things that he knows, when the dog hears a click, they think food, and they know they should do that thing again. So one of the things that the dogs learn that Dwayne already knows is how to do a hand target. So when Jenny makes a fist, he's going to bump it with his nose, and she's going to click to let him know that's correct. And this can be used for teaching the dog lots of different things. So today we're going to use it to find a bench. Clients could use this in their home area to find the door to a building, maybe a specific desk, a desk in a store, or a bus stop. So Jenny's going to do some back chaining. So she's going to start nice and close and showing him that this bench is a target, not an obstacle to avoid, and that we really like this bench and it's a lot of fun. And as she adds a little bit more distance, once he seems to have the idea that we want to find this bench, she's going to step back a little bit farther each time. And by teaching the dog what we want and then adding more distance to it, it's a way to make a complex task easier and for the dog and the handler to both have a lot of fun. So as they get further back, Jenny's going to use the handle so that Dwayne can pull her up to the bench. And maybe he'll go back from a little bit farther. And once he knows what the target is, she'll start telling him to find it, and he can do it. Go boy. So thanks so much to Jenny and Dwayne. This concludes our on-campus program. Thank you, or congratulations to all of the new clients, both here and at home. If folks want to know anything more about our programs, the services we offer, or volunteering, feel free to check out our website. And I'd like to also remind everyone that the holiday celebration is happening on Sunday, December 10th. So that's happening in person in both California and Oregon and live streaming. So you can join in whatever way you like. So this concludes our live stream. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us. For the folks who are on campus, you're welcome to join us for refreshments next door in the gift shop. And the puppy raising information session is going to meet in the back in about 10 minutes. So that'll be Judy and Linda from the Portland Puppy Clubs. So Jenny and Dwayne will be here to answer any questions that you guys might have. Congratulations, everyone.